Hi friend, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Kat. Today we are going to be doing a sort of trend that's been going around. I don't know if it's necessarily a tag, but it's basically, if I had £1,000 to spend on makeup, what would I spend it on? I think this originated as a Sephora fantasy basket thing. My Wi-Fi is not working, so I can't check who created it right now, but I will put it on the screen and in the bio of who started this. But I've seen a few of the people that I subscribe to kind of do it in a way of like indie brands and other places as well. And because I can't shop at Sephora in the UK without paying loads of money for customs, I have kind of spread mine out across some different websites. I actually found this really hard. I got to about £200 and I was like, I don't want anything else. So there's lots of things in here that I just threw in. I'll kind of comment on things that I think I will purchase at some point, things that I don't think I ever will. It was just a why not kind of thing. So let's get on with it. I'll try and not make this video too long or too boring, but let's explore my fantasy basket. I'm gonna move over here so I can put some pictures up of what I'm talking about. Headbutt my plant in the middle of it. Also, this plant keeps growing mushrooms in the soil. I need to repot it. And also, just as a side note, this lovely print of me and my boyfriend Kelvin was done by our flatmate Poppy, who does do commissions. So if you would like a cute little portrait of you and someone, get in contact. Details are all in the description. So the first place I went to was Beauty Bay, because this is where I buy most of my cosmetics. I like the fact that they do points schemes, which I think they do at Sephora, but basically they do this point scheme and you get rewards from it. So at the moment I have free shipping for a year on Beauty Bay, so that is one really good reason to shop at Beauty Bay. So let's work our way through everything that we have. So I grabbed a bunch of Melt cosmetic stuff because in reality I'm probably not gonna spend the money that Melt charges because it's just too much. So unless I just do get a random, chunk of money, I probably will never own these things. And the first one is the eye pencil in the shade Baked. It's like a mustard yellow. I think it's so nice. I think it would work really well for doing looks that are more muted, like kind of like this, because it's got those mustards. So like a bright yellow eyeliner wouldn't necessarily work with it, but a mustard eyeliner would be stunning. And then the next one is one of their lipsticks in the shade 710. I don't know whether this is matte or not, but the colour of it, it's like a mustardy brown. It's so yummy. So I think even if it wasn't a matte, I'd still have it, and I would just put powder over the top or something just to mattify it a bit, because I am a matte lipstick kind of bitch. So yes, but that colour is just so beautiful. I love it. I would rock that. And then I've gone for 3 palettes. The Vida palette, the Gemini palette, and the Rust palette. I want all 3 of these. I feel like the Gemini and the Rust would be my favourite everyday kind of palettes to just throw on something really neutral, but also those mustardy tones, which is like what I'm totally into. I think that would be gorgeous. And then the Vida palette is something that I wanted for a really long time, so I would chuck that in there. I would love to play with those greens. And then we also have the Nabla Cutie palette in Coral. I've wanted this for a really long time. I really like these little 6-pan palettes that Nabla do. I also like the platinum one, but in reality I know I probably wouldn't use the platinum one too much, but this has been on my wish list for a really long time. I'm desperate to use that like peachy shimmer that's in the bottom left hand corner. Like, I just want it really bad. Next is the Ace Beauté Classical Paradise eyeshadow palette It's from the Paradise collection. This is the more neutral one, but it's all mustardy, olivey tones, which is just mush it, really. It's gorgeous. That shimmery yellow, I want to put my fingers in it so bad. I think that's gorgeous. I would love to use that so much. I've had that as well, been in my wish list for a really, really long time. So of these right now, probably the only thing I could see myself buying actually with my own money would be the Nabla Cutie one, because it's £21, and the Classical Paradise. Maybe that lipstick. I think those so far are the ones I would actually purchase. This next one is another one that I would 100% buy. I really, really, really want this, and it is the Melt Digital Dust Highlighter in Golden Ore. It is so gorgeous. Sophie Floyd, who mostly does Instagram, but she does some YouTube videos as well, she did a video where she used this and it looked stunning. It was just like wet sheen. Oh, it was beautiful. So this has been on my wish list for a really long time, and this has been out of stock for a really long time. I'm very tempted by it. And then we've got a couple of things from Juvia's Place. The Saharan Blush Palette Volume 1 for that orange. Specifically for that orange, I want that all over my cheeks. The rest of it I'd probably use on my eyes. But that orange blush just looks delicious. I love orange, peach, coral blushes, so that orange would be probably panned very good. I don't know why I keep doing this. And then last but not least would be the Juvia's Place Mini Magic Palette. I've been watching loads of videos on this recently. This is another one that I'd probably actually buy. I think it's really gorgeous. I like the mix of neutrals to colours, mattes to shimmers. I just think this is a really, really, really nice, well-rounded palette. And it's not humongous like the original Magic palette. This is nice, concise, and I like it a lot. So my basket total for Beauty Bay is £306.40. And then the next website I went to was Cult Beauty, because they have some higher end brands. And I've got 4 things in my basket here. Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. So this is the one that has the bronzer, the highlighter and the blush in it. I just think these look so ethereal and smooth and just lovely. And Raw Beauty Christy always goes on about how much she likes the Hourglass powders, and I like her preferences of like skin makeup, because I like things that are really light, that doesn't feel like you've got anything on your face. So those are really appealing to me. And then next is something that I want so bad, but I will never spend over £100 on an eyeshadow palette, and it is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. This is just my jam. Like, these are my eyeshadow colours, like those mustardy browns, those golds, those greens. They're just honestly gorgeous. I really, really, really want this. And if Alter Ego, which is a dupe brand for Natasha Denona, basically, I think they do some other things as well, but they've got a palette which is a dupe of this, and I want that so bad, because I think that's only like $16, but they don't ship to the UK, which really sucks. But apparently they're in the process of making that a thing, so as soon as I can get it, I'm gonna get it, and then I won't ever have to spend £111 on an eyeshadow palette, because that's just despicable in my opinion. And then next is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is because of Samantha Ravndell. She always uses this, talks about it, about how much she likes it, and it just really looks like something that's up my alley. Very lightweight, very glowy, very natural looking. I think that's definitely something that I would get. And then the final thing is the Kush Fibre Gel from Milk, and I get the black one. I like the idea of a fibre eyebrow gel. I currently am using one of the ABH little mini dip brow gels, but mine feels dry already and I've only just started using it. I'm not particularly happy with it, and I bought it before loads of crap happened with ABH, so I'm just trying to use it up. But I only really use a tinted brow gel through my eyebrows, and Geordie from It's Likely Makeup, she always uses these gels and her eyebrows always look beautiful, so I would go for this. So my Cult Beauty basket came to £227. Okay, let's move on. So the JD Glow Galaxy Shadows. I've mentioned these before in a video, I can't remember which one, but I want these so bad. Again, it's an American brand, so shipping and customs and things like that, I don't know if it'll ever be worth it for me, but these are $7.50 each, and I would like the shades Bestie, which is like a shimmery orange, and then Fairy Acid, which is like holographic silvers and purples and blues. It looks beautiful. Prismatic, which is a lime green, which oh my god, I'm so looking for a beautiful, really intense, shimmery, like lime green. And I know that's the one that'll be perfect for me. So I want it. And then Sin is the last one, which is like a purple to silver duochrome. It's really, really, really pretty. And so the four of those come to £30. And then I hopped over to Kaleidos and I put in the Escape Pod eyeshadow palette, because if I had the money, I would just buy it because I think it looks stunning and I'm sure I would get loads of use out of it. But right now I wanted it when it first was announced, and now I don't really feel compelled to buy it, or like that I'm missing it from my life, do you know what I mean? So if I just had all this money, then I would get it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get it. However, this eyeshadow palette looks amazing. I've seen nothing but good reviews, except from like the blue in the corner or something. But all the looks I've seen people create with this are stunning, so I would love to hop on that train. And then it also did the bundle they're doing, which is the 6 highlighters and a brush for $76. So I popped in basically all of the highlighters except from the red and the blue one, because I just don't have any interest in those. And then the highlighter brush. It sounded good to me because I really want the Ray Rider highlighter. That is definitely something that I hope to buy at some point, but it was out of stock unless it was in the bundle. So that was how I went around that. And then also the Lo-Fi Peach blush, because it's peach and it's a blush, so I would throw that in there as well. Okay, and then I went over to Menagerie Cosmetics and I popped in the Violet Ink palette, which is 20 quid, and it is a purple monochromatic palette. It's so nice and small and compact, and Beauty Bean's 3 looks that she did with this palette was just gorgeous. That look where it was like really soft on the lid and then like smoked out purple lash line, I'll leave that in the bio. Beauty Bean's 3 look 1 palettes are just like, that playlist is what I go to when I just want something that's gonna just impress me, because her 3 looks are just always incredible. And then also the Whale Song, which is basically just like murky blues and greens. It looks amazing. I would love to have that. I know I am zooming through these, but it's because I'm hungry and I want to go make some dinner. So hope you don't mind. Next, I went over to Tower 28, which is another brand that I really want to try. So I popped in the Beach Please Luminous Tinted Balm, which is like a lip and cheek thing. So it's like a cream blush, but you can also use it on your lips. And I went for the shade Golden Hour, which is a really beautiful burnt orange. It looks gorgeous. I would love to put this all over my face and my mouth, please, thank you. And then the other thing was the Super Dew Highlighter Balm. This is probably basically Vaseline, but it's like a really sheer wash of like shine on your cheeks. It looks gorgeous. Seeing it on people's faces, it just looks like yummy, so I would love to get that. Probably both of these things are things that I won't actually get, but I really like the ideas of them, and if maybe Tower 28 ever became available in the UK, maybe I would dip my toes in. The next one is just like a necessity, that if I had this wad of cash, I would be like, oh yeah, I need to grab one of these as well, which is a new bottle of Olaplex number 3, and I would go for it and I'd get the big boy. It's a limited edition thing at the moment of this large, it's like over double the amount you get in the normal little bottles for £52, and I use Olaplex a lot and I really think it's worth the money, which sucks because it's a lot of money, so I would definitely throw one of those into my fantasy basket. And then I would also really love the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. It's always out of stock on Beauty Bay and I want it so bad. When it comes back in stock, I will be getting it because it's so cute. These like bright pastels, neons, and it's like rainbow but sort of murky because I just think it's so gorgeous, and it's such a small little cute thing, and I really want that. So at this point I'd kind of put in everything that I really wanted, more than everything that I really wanted. So I thought, do you know where I could go, where I could just shove in a load of things? Colourpop. I actually did a Colourpop order recently, and I'm going to do a haul soon because I've got some things coming from Glossier that should be here hopefully by the end of the week. So I'm going to do a little haul video with some makeup and some jewellery and some clothes. Yeah, not important. So Colourpop, what did I stick in? Well, first thing I went for was the Chichi Lippie stick because I was watching a really old video of Raw Beauty Christie, and it was her using a full face of Colourpop, and she used this lipstick and it looked incredible. It's like a really bright orangey red. Looked amazing. So this is definitely something that I would probably get a lot of use out of. And then I also went for a couple of eyeshadow palettes. I went for the Orange You Glad little monochromatic palette because orange is very much my favourite neutral to go for, as well as like those mustardy tones. If I want something a bit brighter but neutral, orange is what I always go for. I think orange really complements my skin tone, and I also think it's bright but it's also not like blues and greens, so you can stay colourful but also neutral at the same time. Does that even make any sense? But the Orange You Glad would be a great little thing to add to my collection. That is one that I would probably buy at some point if I was to make another Colourpop order. And then the other palette I went for the So Jaded palette. That was Kathleen Light's collab with Colourpop. I know it's massive, but again, this is if I had all this money to spend, I would go for this because I think the colour story of it is so gorgeous, because again, it's like bright but murky. I just think you could come up with so many gorgeous looks with this. The looks that I've seen created with this palette are just so stunning. I really love the vision behind this palette, so this would definitely be something that I would happily chuck in my basket. And then I thought I'd go for some liners, so I did the BFF liquid liner Vault, which has, I think it's a brown, a blue, a yellow, a green, a white and a black. So it's every felt tip liner you could want, really. But you know, I thought I'll be sorted, I won't need any other liners, it'll be great. So that's another one that I chucked in there. And then the last two are the Puppy and Punch eyeliners. So the other Vault was liquid eyeliners, this one is like pencil eyeliners for the waterline. These are two that I really want to get. Unfortunately, they were out of stock when I placed my last Colourpop order, otherwise I would have got them. But I love these eyeliners. Like, I've got a couple of Colourpop eyeliners. I like the formula. These colours are just so up my alley. Like that yellow, it's nice and bright, but it's not neon, because the other yellow eyeliner I've got is neon. And then the puppy one is just like a gorgeous soft orange. I just really, really love those, and I would love to put them on my eyeballs. Okay, so that is everything in my fantasy basket. When I think about it, it's not, I think it's like 33 items. No, because the vaults, it's 33 things, but then there's the vault of 6 eyeliners and the 6 highlighters, so it's 41. Anyway, I added everything up and I came to a total of £985.99, and if you add in shipping, tax and all that jazz, I'm sure we would hit that £1,000 mark. I did it, proud of myself. It took me about an hour to gather all these things together, because it got to a point where I was just like, what do I want? I don't want anything. Stop pressuring me. You're not my real dad. And even if you were my dad, you can tell me what to do. But anyway, this was a fun little thing. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed doing it. If you would like to, hit that like and subscribe button. If you like this eye look, it's going to be in an upcoming 3 looks 1 palette, so look out for that. Thank you so much for watching. All of my details are down in the description box. Eat good, drink good, take care of yourself. Lots of love. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.